Hello and welcome to the lecture on what is integration. I'm super excited to have you here for this lecture. In this lecture, you are going to learn about the term integration. So let's explore this topic. So before we start learning about cloud, iPaaS or the Boomi platform, let's begin with a simple question that forms the basis of everything in this course. And the question is, what exactly is integration? So before I explain, I want you to pause and think for a moment. In your day-to-day life or in your work, right, when someone says the word integration, what comes to your mind? What do you think people actually means when they say these systems are integrated or we need integration? So have you ever tried to define this word in your own way? So what does actually integration means in the computer world? What are people referring to when they use this word? And how would you personally define it? Just take a moment, think about it. Don't to hurry about being right or wrong. This is simply to understand your current view, right? So before I explain anything, what is your definition of integration? Any guesses? Take a moment, think about it. So what does integration actually means? So when we hear the word integration in the computer world, it simply means connecting two or more software systems so that they can share information automatically. So instead of each system working alone and storing data separately, integration builds a communication link between them. And how does it help? It actually allows them to move the data from one system to another and also allow applications to work together. It also helps to process and run smoothly from end to end. It also helps teams to avoid manual data entry. So in a very simple words, integration means system talking to each other, or integration means systems exchanging data with each other. So that's the core meaning I want you to remember. Everything else like tools, platforms, APIs, they actually come later, right? But it all begins with this simple idea. And that idea is enabling systems to communicate and share information without requiring human intervention. So this is a very important slide, because if you are new to this word integration, then I want you to remember this definition and understand the word integration from this context. I agree that I provided a simplified definition so that you understand the context and explain it in your own words as needed. So once you understand the basic concept, explaining things in your own word is very easy. This is how I want you to also remember and explain things in your own words. So one purpose of integration is to make systems communicate with each other. Remember this definition. So here's a diagram which I'm trying to put in your mind. So let's understand. You can imagine each system as its own separate island. System A and system B each have its own separate island. System A has an island, system B has an island. Visualize this. They all exist, they all work, but they are isolated islands. So integration is what? Integration is basically the bridge. And the bridge is what connects the island and allows information to travel freely, quickly and safely between them. Without the bridge, the island stays disconnected. What happens with the bridge? Everything becomes connected and communication becomes very easy. So in this picture, I have shown you the islands, which is representing the systems, and bridge is nothing but the integration. Now you know the definition. I gave you a visualized picture. So this basically help you to see what I'm really trying to talk about. And why do we need integration? Companies use many different applications, right? So each application is good at one job, but they don't know what the other systems are doing. So integration is needed so that the data doesn't stay locked inside one system. And also people don't have to type the same data in multiple places, right? And also the information stays accurate everywhere once you have the integration between the two systems. Think like this, right? Integration is a digital bridge that connects systems and enables a seamless flow of data between them. So what does integration actually do? Let's understand that context. So integration allows system to send data to each other automatically. What is the benefit? The benefit is you don't have to do manual typing. It also helps to stay updated. If something changes in one system, the other system knows it immediately. And how it knows it? It knows via the integration between the two systems. Then talk in the right format, how to talk to a system. We will communicate via the integration into the language that system speaks. So every system stores data differently. Some stores in file, some stores in database. So integration makes sure that they understand each other. Next is, running the business process smoothly. So, from order processing to payroll, let's say you get an order and you want to invoice the person who has placed the order. All the processes that is required to execute in it, it can be done with the help of an integration. So everything works end to end. So here's a very simple example, very easy to visualize. So first one is the phone contact plus the WhatsApp. I'm trying to give you a real-time example for defining the word integration. So the first example is phone contacts plus WhatsApp. So when you save a person in your phone contacts, they automatically appear in WhatsApp. What's happening? Two apps are sharing the information via the integration between the two applications. Next example, you order a product online. So when you click place order, so information automatically flows to the, let's say there is an inventory system in the back which checks the stock. Then you have a billing system which create the invoice. Then you have a shipping system which prepares the delivery and ship the item to you. So no employee needs to manually update the system. All this is done by the integration of the systems. Next example is like an hospital management, wherein doctor appointment system and an SMS service. So how does it works? You book an appointment, the hospital system sends your appointment detail to an SMS service, and then the SMS service will send you the appointment confirmation message to you. So this is small but very powerful integration. We're trying to understand what is integration in real time. Let's take another example of restaurant food delivery plus maps. So when you order food, the food app sends the address to the Google map. The Google map returns the best route to the app for the delivery partner to deliver your item. So this is basically the integration between the applications. So that is system to system communication, right? And that is the integration what exactly I'm speaking about. Next example is the HR system plus the payroll. When a new employee joins, HR system shares the employee details with the payroll system. The payroll system knows salary, bank details and deductions automatically. So no one need to send emails or re-enter the data. So that's the beauty of the integration between the applications. Next, let's understand different types of integration. I'll give you a very simple view to understand this. First one is the app to app integration. Means, let's say you have a CRM system, you have an email marketing system. So that's basically two applications communicating with each other. Next is the e-commerce application and an ERP system. So two applications are talking to each other, which is nothing but a different type of the integration we are talking about. So that's basically an app to app integration. Next is the data integration. So data integration is actually moving large sets of data between the systems. We're going to talk about this further in the course, but I'm really touching on a very high level topics for you to understand. I'm talking about different types of the integration. First, we talked about the app to app integration. Next, I'm talking about data integration, which is nothing but moving large sets of data between the systems. So that's where you need an integration. The third approach is API based integration, wherein apps talk to each other through APIs like standard language between the system. This is like an interface that allows application to communicate with each other. We'll discuss further on what is API, what is the definition, all those things. But I'm giving a very high level definition to tell you that applications also can talk to each other based on the APIs. And what is it? It is like an interface that allows an application to communicate with each other. Next is the real-time integration. In this real-time integration, data moves instantly, like an SMS service, which arrives the moment you book a ticket. You get an SMS, also an OTP, right? I'm also just giving you a very high level context to visualize what kind of integration we are talking about. I'm not talking about the details of each and everything, but we are sticking to the definition of what is integration and what are the different ways or how integration generally is used in the computer world. So in this course, we will further explore integration. But this first lecture is designed to provide a visual framework, and later we will fill in the details of the picture we are visualizing now. That's why I'm providing you with a high level touch points on integration. In today's digital world, every business application runs on multiple applications, right? So each application handles different parts of business, sales, finance, HR, inventory, marketing, customer support, etc. So all these different categories basically in business have a different application for it. But this application do not naturally talk to each other, right? Without integration, everything becomes slow, manual, and disconnected. That's why integration is very important, because it helps businesses achieve the key things that they care about today. The first thing business care is how companies cannot wait hours or days for information to move between the systems. It's not like, morning you update something, by the end of the day it should be updated in another system. It's not like that. It has to have instant updation. So that's where the speed comes in. So they need instant data flow. So orders should reach ERP immediately. That's one case. Customer record should update everywhere. That's another case. Of customer update a phone number, all the other systems in the company should get updated. The payment should reflect instantly. The stock availability should update in the real time. So integration makes information move faster, which means decision can be made faster. The next area is the automation. So modern businesses don't want people to do the repetitive task manually. One of the example is they don't want to type customer data from CRM into ERP manually. They don't want to copy order details into spreadsheet and then upload it manually. They won't want to email files between the team systems. They want the system should be automatically updated instead of teams trying to communicate about the data via emails. They don't want manually updating the inventory. So you see, the integration removes the human effort, and also it replaces with automation, which is error free, and also it helps them to do the job faster. This saves time, money, and improves the efficiency. Next is the accuracy data everywhere. When systems are isolated, each system has its own version of the truth. So one application says one thing and another application says another thing. Like CRM says one thing, ERP says another thing. And also the website, if they have and it's not updated with the latest information, it shows the outdated data. And also customers get the incorrect updates if it is not updated in the real time. So you see, integration ensures every system is updated with the same accurate information. This is known as data consistency, and it is very critical for any businesses. Next is the better customer experience. So think of this: customer experience suffers when systems are not connected. I'll give you an example. A customer orders an item that actually went out of stock. It's a very bad customer experience, right? The delivery updates are delayed, but the systems are not synced. Another example, the support team cannot see the real-time order status. Let's say if there's a refund, that refund takes too long due to the manual process. So if you see, once the manual come in picture, there's a lot of problems to the business, and also customer will not have a better experience. So integration makes everything flow smoothly behind the scene so that the customer enjoys a fast and seamless experience. Next is the less manual effort. So without integration, people do copy paste of data, team sends email back and forth. There are spreadsheets that used to sync information, then there are human errors increase, then your work becomes slow and tiring. So with integration, what happens? Systems will talk to each other, data flows automatically, employee focus on meaning work instead of the repetitive task. So this reduced cost and increased productivity. Next is the end-to-end business process execution. This is the biggest benefit of integration. A business process rarely happens inside one system. You agree with me, right? Let's take an example, order to cash. Let's say someone order and then they have to pay you. So customer place the order through an e-commerce system, and the stock is checked in an inventory system. The invoice is generated in the finance system. The shipment is prepared in the logistics system. Customer gets the update in the notification system, and payment is confirmed in the bank or the payment gateway. You see, it's a combination of steps and combination of application working together. And all these steps involve multiple systems working together, right? So without integration, the business process is broken for sure. And with integration, the business process flows smoothly end to end without delays. The point that I'm trying to tell you is this is why integration is not an optional anymore. It is the backbone of the modern digital business. And integration turns disconnected tools into a smooth and connected systems. An integration tool like Boomi, SAP Integration Suite, MuleSoft, Workato, Azure Logic Apps, etc. acts like a middleman between the two systems. It sits in the centers and makes sure the information move correctly, safely and automatically. You can imagine it like a traffic controller for data. Here's how it helps. First is the connecting the different systems. So business may use different type of application we have discussed about. They have, let's say, cloud applications which has Salesforce, SuccessFactors, Workday. Might have on-premise systems, SAP ECC, Oracle DB. Then they might have ERP applications, CRM tools, mobile apps, database, legacy systems, SaaS applications. These systems often cannot talk to each other directly because they use different technologies, format or communication methods. So what happens is an integration tool provides the connectors that acts like ready-made plugins, enabling systems to connect quickly. Right? I'll give you an example. Connecting Salesforce CRM with an SAP ERP without writing complex code. So this reduces the complexity and makes integration flexible and scalable. By integrating the applications, there are also built-in connectors and built-in solutions that is ready-made available, which you can start using it as is, and then it helps you to connect both the application within no time. Next is the converting the data formats, which is nothing but the data transformation. So every system stores data in its own format. Let's say system A sends data in JSON and system B understands only XML. So without an integration tool, this system would not understand each other, right? So the integration tool automatically translates the data from one format to another format, and this process is called as transformation. More examples of transformation, let's take a date and time. That's date format in one system is different and the date format in another system is different. So you need somebody to convert that date format. Then you have currency formats, you have uppercase, lowercase, splitting and merging of fields. Then you have mapping fields from one structure to another structure. So integration ensures that the data reaches the target system in a format that it understands. So that's basically, one of the key points that integration is really a backbone of a business. Next is the automating the data flow. So without integration, what happens? People manually enter the data. The emails are sent with attachments, spreadsheets are exchanged, team wastes the hours during repetitive work and manual work. With an integration tool, the data moves automatically. The processes runs in the background. No one need to manually type anything. The automation reduce errors and speed up the execution process. I'll give you an example. When a new employee joins, the HR system sends the data to the payroll system. The payroll informs the finance system. The access permissions are created in the IT systems and the email account is automatically generated, all done through automation, and that's the power of the integration. Next is the handling errors and the monitoring. So system can fail many times, like network issue, API is down, incorrect data, permissions are missing, server overload, could be any reason. If data fail to reach the target system, what is the benefit of an integration tool? An integration can do retries automatically. It can capture the error details saying that the target system is down and send an email. It can also provide real-time alerts to the person who is responsible to let him know that the system is down, connectivity is down, the API is down, and also show logs for investigation, and also ensure that no data is lost, because everything is available in the integration system. We can regenerate it and we can resend to the target system. So this gives complete visibility into what's working and what's not. So business can quickly resolve issues without guessing or searching manually. Next is keeping everything secured. So data moving between systems must be protected, especially sensitive information like personal details, financial transaction, health records, employee information. So what integration tools ensures it ensures encryption, which is data is unreadable to the outsiders. It provides secured protocols like HTTPS, SFTP, OAuth. It has access controls, only authorized user can access. Then it has compliance like GDPR, HIPAA, SOC 2. It has data integrity. Data is not modified or tampered during the transfer. This builds trust and ensures safe communication between the systems. So integration really helps systems share data automatically. So here is the definition I want you to remember from this lecture. Integration helps systems share data automatically, work together smoothly, and make business process faster, easier, and error-free. So integration allows different systems to work as one. So these are the key takeaway points from this lecture. What is integration? I hope you got a very good context of different areas we have talked about in terms of how the integration has been used. So here's the summary. The first is integration connects systems so they can share data automatically. So it builds a bridge, as we have talked about, between the application like cloud, on-premise, ERP, CRM, mobile apps, so they can talk to each other without the manual effort. Integration solve the problem of disconnected systems. So modern businesses use many tools that they don't naturally communicate because they have the different communication way to input the data. So integration unifies them, prevent duplicate data, delays, errors, remove all the manual works as well. Next is the integration enables automation and smooth end-to-end processes. It moves information between system instantly, supporting processes like order to cash, hire to retire, or purchase to pay. Next is integration tool act as a middleman to make everything work. So they connect systems, convert data format, let's say JSON to XML, automate the data flow, handles the error, and ensure a smooth and secure transfer of data. Next is integration is essential for speed, accuracy, customer experience, and business efficiency. We have looked at all these things. Integration basically delivers real-time updates. It maintains a consistent data everywhere, fewer manual tasks, and faster business operation. Alright, so let's wrap up this session. In this lecture, we have explored the fundamental concept of integration. So you now understand that integration simply means connecting different applications so that they can share information automatically, helping businesses run smoothly and faster. We have also looked at why integration is essential today, how it removes manual work, improves accuracy, and supports end-to-end business processes. And finally, we saw how an integration tool acts as a middleman to connect system, transform data, automate workflows, handle errors, and keep everything secure. So this understanding is very important as we move forward in the course, because almost everything you learn next about cloud models, iPaaS, and Boomi platform is built on this core idea of integration. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the Q&A section below. I'll be happy to help. Till then, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye and take care.